The Israeli Defense Force, IDF, is widely regarded as one of the most formidable and effective military forces in the world. Despite its relatively small size and the constant threats it faces, the IDF has consistently demonstrated its ability to overcome challenges and achieve remarkable success in various military operations. But what's its secret sauce to success? Don't worry. Here in this video, we will take a look at 6 decisive battles of Israel's wars and learn the secret sauce of IDF success. Make sure you subscribe to our channel Viral Cameo and hit the bell icon to get regular updates. Let's get started. Number 1. Operation Yusi, 1948. Against the backdrop of the UN's decision to partition Palestine in November 1947, Jerusalem emerged as a focal point, with plans for it to be under international control. This decision was pivotal, given the Jerusalem's diverse mix of the Jewish and Arab neighborhoods outside of the Old City. However, as the British prepared to leave and tensions between the Jews and Arabs escalated into civil war, the security situation in the Jerusalem grew increasingly precarious for the Jewish residents. Recognizing the vulnerability of isolated Jewish neighborhoods, the Haganah, precursor to the IDF, faced a critical decision. With the prospect of Jewish Jerusalem's survival at stake, they embarked on a daring strategy, Operation Yusi. This decision would not only shape the course of the 1948 conflict, but also influence Israel's military doctrine for years to come. Before Operation Yusi, Jewish forces in Jerusalem had predominantly adopted a defensive stance. However, in April 1948, they made a strategic pivot, opting to take the offensive. The objective was clear: to link isolated Jewish neighborhoods by capturing the Arab territories lying between them. Number 2. Sinai War, 1956. The 1956 Sinai War, often overlooked, holds significant importance in Israeli history, notably due to the pivotal battle at the Metla Pass. The Suez Canal, crucial for transporting the Middle Eastern oil to Europe, was controlled by British and France until the President Jamal Abdel Nasser nationalized it in 1956. This move cut off Israel's access to the Straits of Tiran, prompting a joint response from Britain, France, and Israel. In a daring strategy, Israel initiated the conflict by attacking Egypt, with subsequent plans for British and French forces to intervene, ostensibly to restore control over the canal. Israel's approach defied traditional military logic, as they began by targeting the furthest point, dropping paratroopers near the Metla Pass on the western side of the Sinai Peninsula. Number 3. Operation Moat, 1967. Amid escalating tensions in the Middle East, Operation Moat emerged as a pivotal moment during the 1967 Six-Day War. The third phase of this operation proved decisive in reshaping the conflict's dynamics. On June 5, 1967 at 7:45 a.m., Israel initiated Operation Moat. Employing stealth tactics, Israeli jets penetrated Egyptian airspace, targeting and effectively neutralizing the majority of the Egyptian Air Force while still grounded. This preemptive strike set the stage for Israel's aerial dominance. Despite Jordan and Syria's subsequent entry into the conflict in support of Egypt, Israel swiftly responded, extended its air campaign to neutralize their air forces as well. By midday on the first day of the war, Israel had established complete control of the skies, a strategic advantage that would shape the subsequent ground operations. With air superiority secured, the Israeli Air Force provided crucial support for ground operations, leading to the swift expulsion of the Egyptian forces from Gaza and Sinai, Jordanian forces from the West Bank, and Syrian forces from the Golan Heights. In just 6 days, Israel successfully defended itself against existential threats, expanded its territorial holdings, and delivered a resounding blow to the military capabilities of its adversaries. Operation Moat cemented Israel's reputation as a formidable military force and left an indelible mark on the history of the Middle East conflict. Number 4. The War of Attrition, from 1967 till 1970. The War of Attrition, lasting from 1967 till 1970, followed by a 6-day war between Israel and Egypt. Contrary to its name, the 6-day war's aftermath didn't entail just 6 days of peace. One remarkable event during this war was Operation Rebound 20, not a clash between Egypt and Israel, but a confrontation between Israel and the Soviet Union. Egypt, aligned with the Soviet Union during the Cold War, received support from the Soviets against Israel. Despite 3 years of the Soviet assistance, the Israeli Air Force proved superior. In a bold move, the Soviets deployed their pilots over the Sinai to assist Egypt. In response, Israel orchestrated Operation Rebound 20, a meticulously planned ambush of the Soviet fighter jets. This maneuver involved surprising the Soviet aircraft in the open sky, a feat achieved through strategic planning and execution. On July 30, 1970, Israeli jets lured Soviet planes into a trap, appearing as a single aircraft before revealing themselves as a coordinated group. However, 8 days after the Operation Rebound 20, international pressure led to a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Egypt, effectively concluding the War of Attrition. Once again, Israel's smaller military outmatched its adversaries through the daring tactics and swift victories, showcasing its resilience and strategic prowess on the battlefield. Number 5. The Valley of Tears, 1973. Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, took an unexpected turn on October 6, 1973, when Egypt and Syria launched a surprise attack. While Egyptians advanced through the Sinai from the south, Syria mobilized a formidable task force to the Golan Heights in the north. Outnumbered and facing desperation, Israeli tank units fought tirelessly to prevent a complete collapse. In one area, 100 Israeli tanks confronted a Syrian force 5 times their size. The initial days of the battle had left Israeli forces in disarray, with surviving units lacking coordination and communication, resorting to unconventional methods like flag signaling and even shooting at their tanks to get attention amidst the chaos. By the 4th day of the conflict, Israeli tanks were dwindling, ammunition was nearly depleted, and the situation appeared dire. However, the command from the Israeli leadership remained resolute. Hold your ground. With scant resources and facing overwhelming odds, Israeli tanks defiantly faced the advancing Syrian forces. The Israelis' steadfast resolve proved decisive. Number 6. The Siege of Beirut, 1982. War is more than just a game. It's a brutal reality with dire consequences. In 1982, Israel found itself embroiled in a conflict with the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, a group notorious for targeting Israel's civilians through acts of terrorism. The PLO operated from Lebanon, using it as a base of attacks on both the northern Israel and the southern Lebanon. Determined to push back the PLO and establish a buffer zone, Israel intervened in Lebanon's ongoing civil war, aligning with the Christian Lebanese Forces militia. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, swiftly encircled Beirut, intending to confront the PLO. However, rather than engaging in the risky urban combat, Israel chose to lay siege to the Beirut for 7 weeks. This decision proved to be a mistake, as it plunged Israel into the complexities of the Lebanon's national and religious tensions, exacerbated by alliances with less than savory militias. The nadir of the conflict occurred with the Sabra and Shatila massacre, where a Christian Lebanese militia allied with Israel slaughtered thousands of the Palestinians and Lebanese Shias in refugee camps. Despite eventually achieving its objective of expelling the PLO from Beirut, Israel faced years of guerrilla attacks in the southern Lebanon, enduring international condemnation and domestic debate. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like and share the video, and subscribe to the viral Cameo for more updates. Thanks for watching.